I'll share that with everyone after the call.
Perfect.
So I'll share my screen, I guess.
Yep.
That will be this one.
So as one good example too, Eric, too, is, we want, most of our managers, to see approvals when they first log in. And granted, I assigned that to their profile homepage right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if we'll be doing examples or tests, or if you'll be doing anything on the fly, but that could be one visual as we build onto this.
Which one you would like to see?
If you, I've already done it to the homepage, the approvals.
Oh, okay.
The approvals, yeah, and but more making it if we wanted to do things that were more realistic to our own needs, I would say, approvals, maybe having a bills payable report or a customer open sales order report, those basic things that you would normally see receivables or payables or a manager wanting to see are going to be kind of the things that we'll be also interested in understanding how we can display them and set up the dashboards and homepages.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, so the good news is that in the new version 2021 R1 that has been announced February 18, and that will be available, I guess, soon, because I have it installed, so it will be pretty soon. I think it's mid-March that it should become available. Anyway. But my point with that version is that it comes already with a pre-configured dashboard. So in the past, when you install Acumatica, you don't have any dashboards. So if you want to create one, then you have to create them. Or in your version that you're currently using, there are also dashboard set as a customization project that you can import and deploy. But before doing that, I suggest that you do it in a test environment, because I run into different kind of problems in the past. So I'm very careful when trying to import dashboards via a customization project.
Got it.
But
that's good to know.
Okay, so if you want to link to them, I can certainly provide that to you. I think they are on the community forum or place in Acumatica. And if you want to know better about dashboard, I suggest that you install a sales demo data into locally, or you can install. You have a sandbox, so you can install the sales demo data. And why I'm telling you that is that it comes with a good variety or a good sample of dashboards, like for AR clerk, AP clerk, a controller, and so on and so forth. So if I go to controller,
and I know you're using the most recent version here, but if we were to load that sales demo dashboard, is there a way, and would it work? I mean, is there a way that we could copy the logic that they had built in the most recent version over into staging to see if it works? Like what you were just showing, that list of dashboards?
Yeah, I think so. It will be a little bit, but I would use the. I think that they put almost the same dashboard as in the sales demo data. I would assume, but maybe not. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
one thing to keep in mind here too is we might not be able to get off of 20. Tricia, we're on 2019 R2, right?
Yes, that's
correct.
correct.
Right. Yeah, we might. We have to still, because they are. I think it's decommissioning like the SOAP calls and things like that. There is some calls and process flows that we have to first update before we can move off of our current version, because the next versions don't support it. So we can't just turn tomorrow and have 20, or when it comes out, 2021 R1 up and running. So a lot of what we're going to have to build off of, at least over most of this next year, is going to have to be off of our current version of 2019 R2.
So you see here, you have the financial dashboards that are available on GitHub for 2019 or 1. So I guess that if you take that and you take that project and import that, it should work. So you can try it.
Got it. And that gives you a whole list of dashboards then?
Yes. Yeah.
So that could be really relevant, or that we could work off of.
So you have these three, right? So these three dashboards. But in the sales demo data, there is not much change since 2018, for example. So they are pretty similar for now. So I didn't notice not a big chunk of changes. Here and there are some new dashboards, but the ones like the controller or the AP clerk are pretty much the same.
So that's what you meant by the customization. Wasn't necessarily us developing our own customization with ASC and then deploying it. It was us copying that one down from GitHub and like you said, testing it and staging or something to make sure it doesn't break everything.
Yeah. So you see here, I've got two AP, and this one is the one that is deployed automatically when you will install 2021 R1.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is the one that used to be in the sales demo data.
Got it.
So this is what you will get when you go to 2021 R1. And
automatically, yeah.
Yeah, automatically. But what I'm saying also is that it's a good thing to have the sales demo data, because most of the time, if you want to have a dashboard, there is a big chance that this widget already exists into some of these. So you can look at how it's done and just try to replicate it and to be able to see to do the same and just adjust it as you need.
Right.
So the dashboards are composed of different kind of widget. So you have tiles like this that the colors can change from green to yellow to red. So for management is very cool, because when you have a threshold that goes to red, then it means that that you must be alerted. And when the colors change, you can also notify, let's say, the management via a notification that you can program in such a way that the person will receive either an email or a push notification on if he has the Acumatica mobile app. So the benefit of using the push notification as opposed to the email is that if you send an email, then the person needs to click on the hyperlink, and sometimes, most of the time, he uses his mobile device, and it will be difficult for him to go in Acumatica from a mobile device because of the screen is so small. As opposed to the push notification, where if you send a push notification, they will be able to have a notification on their mobile device and just tap or click on the notification, and it will open Acumatica at the right place in the mobile app. So this is something.
And is that logic behind the dashboard, or is that kind of tied to a business event?
It's tied to a business event, but I'm saying that because the dashboard are based on generic inquiries,
right?
Which are the list when you click on it, and the business event also are tied or based on are triggered based on the criteria that are defined in generic inquiries. So if you take the same generic inquiry and build a business event on top of it and a dashboard, then you will have both of best world.
Got it. So yeah, okay, it is making sense, because Kyle was showing us some business event coding. I shouldn't say coding, configuration this morning on a different project. That now it's good that we had that fresh in my mind from this morning. Good. All right.
And so when you're creating a dashboard, it starts with a dashboard page. So you have the dashboard screen where under profile customization profiles, and then if you click on it, then it will open the screen. So it starts with that. So you put a name, let's say typically is the role of the person. So
like AP clerk or AR clerk.
Right, exactly. And then you specify the role of the owner. So in other words, the role that will be able to define the dashboard. So typically it's the administrator that will do that, or you also have like a role
financial supervisor,
custom of dashboard designer. You can set this one.
Okay.
If you don't want to put the admin, and then
so this is assigning that dashboard to that role, and then if you have that role, you have the ability to use that dashboard or just define it.
So you have the ability to define it. So I would not put the financial supervisor because typically people in finance are less able to do like generic inquiries and all kinds of good stuff. So it's more like the IT that would do that. Okay. So I would put the owner role as a dashboard designer, but then this person can tell that okay, this will be available for AP, right? So these are the roles within Acumatica, and you set the permission of who can see, or the access rate, who can see that dashboard.
Okay.
Okay. And so and by the way, these roles will be automatically created when you migrate. I don't know if in your version you add them, but anyway, Acumatica builds roles to help out people. So anyway, so you put the access rate, and then if you click on that, then you allow users to personalize. That means that user that can have access to that dashboard, like AP Viewer, will be able to personalize. So change the widgets, change the thresholds, add additional stuff and things like that. But when they will do that, it will be a copy, their copy that they will create, and it's their copy that they will see from this time on. Okay. And then if you want to, at one point, if they mess with it, then you can deactivate that and then reset all users' copy, so that everybody that build a copy, let's say that you want to deploy a new set of dashboards of widgets, then you just erase their copies and replace it with the admin one.
Okay. Okay.
Typically, I'm not a big fan of allowing people to personalize because unless you create one, I would create one dashboard page that people cannot change, because these are the things that I want them to pay attention to as the executive of the company. But then you can create another page of some widgets that they can personalize, because I don't care if they want to have additional information for their job, but I don't want them to mess with the KPIs that I need them to check, right?
Makes sense. Got to keep everyone on the same page and working off of a single understanding versus all their own personal ones. Yep.
And then you can expose that to the mobile application. So it means that this dashboard, dashboard page, will be exposed to the mobile application, so they will have access to the same dashboard on the mobile application. And then make visible to UI. By default, it goes to workspace data view, but I like it to be. Usually, I put dashboards, and the category will be dashboards, and then it will appear on the work area dashboards.
Okay.
Once you set up the dashboard page, then you can view it and you can start adding widget. By purpose, I just skipped this one, but I will show you what it is right now.
Okay.
So you see at the top, I've got the customer ID, and this is very good because I'm a customer service person, for example, agent, and then I've got the numbers for all the company. These are 4 late orders, sales orders, 6 orders needs to be shipped, the credit ratio and all that good stuff. Now, if a customer calls, then I will select this customer, and you'll see that the numbers will be refreshed for that given customer. So it's I don't have to click to find the data. I just have to filter based on the parameter that I put at the top. And you can have multiple parameters, and you can have different section or different widgets that will be refreshed according to the different parameters that you set at the top. So you could have like the customer in that example. So I see the order trend for this customer is that order trend. So it makes a lot more sense, and I can zoom in like this. And every time I can always click to see the list of sales orders.
And is this a dashboard called Customer View, or is this a dashboard that we just rolled off of?
No, this is if I go back to my dashboard page, then I go to Design and Properties, and I will be brought back to my page. So this is not a dashboard. So this is not the dashboard that I started because I didn't save it, and I just click on the Acumatica logo to have my own page, which is this dashboard.
I thought that might have been the case. Okay. Yep.
But
Eric,
just one. Yes.
Sorry. I'm kind of like following along like on our stage site to try and do what you're talking about. And then, I mean, if we have time, can you actually go through making a completely new dashboard?
Sure. Yep, I'll do that.
Thank
you. You see, welcome. So you see here the customer ID is the name, and you have the schema object, the schema field. So this is the account CD. So this is the code that is visible on screen. And then you have the display of the parameter. And you can put a default value as well if needed. And so if I go back to my dashboard, if I hit view, then I will be brought back to my dashboard. And then you know how this parameter is set.
Yep.
So if I would want to see how come the widget, let's see how this widget is made, and then afterwards we'll see how. So I go to design mode. So going to property goes to the property of this page, but I will just click here on the pencil, and then I can see how this tile is made of.
Nice.
So here you see this is the inquiry screen that this widget is based on, and then you have the filter. So here I could select one of the filter of the generic inquiry. So let's just go back, hit the tile.
And in that case, you didn't select either of them. You just did a custom right there on the design tab.
Right. So you have all records are late orders. So if I go back and I design, I have all records in late orders, but I have the custom one selected. And why is that? It's because here I put account ID equals use parameter, and then I put the name of the parameter that is from the dashboard page.
Got it. And then that way it'll filter when they change if they add an account or customer ID.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So if there is none, then it will take any of these.
So every single one of these widgets then are tied to probably with that parameter or with the custom. Correct. If it's something that we're looking to dynamically change when that field gets populated.
Updated. Okay. Yeah. The other thing I have to mention is that for the filters to be appearing here, they must be shared.
Got it.
If they are not shared, So, and to be shared, the filter must be created by somebody that has access to the filter screen, which typically is the administrator that has access to that.
Great. All the stuff. Just so you know, Erica, Tricia, and I have gained a lot of knowledge and experience in Acumatica over the last year or two. So all this stuff now makes sense to me.
Okay, cool.
When the last time we talked, it probably none of it would have made sense, but now it all makes sense. And we've already been doing different things with parameters on reports and so forth. So, and then the filters and good. Let me ask you this. Sorry, continue on here. Yeah.
I just want to tell you that this is new in 2021 R1. Okay. You have this. So typically, it's always absolute value from the old dashboards that you will create. It's always a number, but now you can put an inquiry field, and you could put. So this is, I didn't play with it yet, but this will be very interesting because sometimes in a generic inquiry you do calculation, but it's hard afterwards to reuse that calculation elsewhere. Right. So here you will be able to. I'm very eager to do that.
Okay. Question I have for you is, you mentioned earlier, because we are doing a disjustice to our AP, AR controller because we don't have those that customization added. You made a comment that you've ran into issues before when you've added that customization of dashboards. What were some of the issues that you ran into, or things that we need to look out for when we are testing this and staging?
Okay, so like I was saying, the dashboards are based on generic inquiries. And so when you import a dashboard via customization project, it includes the dashboard page, the generic inquiries, as well as the filters to make it work. But one thing that happens most of the time is that you see the generic inquiry number screen. How is it called? Screen ID.
Yep.
We were not able to change it, and so when you import it and you already have like generic inquiries with that number, then typically the import would fail. And so if you, for example, if the generic this is 21, if the 21 already exists, then the import will fail. So you create a new generic inquiry with number 100, let's say, that you are at. And then you have to redo the mapping between the widget and the generic inquiries, because otherwise it won't work. And you lost your filters as well. So it's kind of a bit painful.
Now, is that, so you're saying that customization would create all those GIs, and it would create the GIs with the same numbering of what's.
Yeah.
And if I would have to assume that we probably covered those numbers already, maybe.
Yeah.
So does that break anything in the system currently that people are using, or just the customization fails when you are publishing it, or?
It will, I think it will fail. And then you end up with, I could show you at one customer that we did it. We still have, in some pages that they don't use, we still have like a message on the dashboard page where it says we don't find the generic inquiry is not found. So that you have to remap everything to redo the widgets and based on the new generic inquiries ID that have been created. If you could wait, I don't know if you can wait or just redo the because the generic inquiry, you can import them with import and export from XML. So maybe that would be a good idea, just to take an empty tenant and just import a customization project there, so that the ID won't be touched. So it will import great, and after that, just import the generic inquiry and rebuild the dashboard pages.
Okay. All right, we can go. I don't want to get too much down the rabbit hole on that. Okay, we can get into that later. All right.
And then on the generic inquiry, well, maybe we can cover the different type of widgets Another great feature, 2021 R1, as we are here, you can copy and paste widgets from one dashboard page to another, which was not previously was not allowed. So here the list of widget. So we have charts like graphics like this, data table that is a list like this, embedded page. This is an internet page that you can embed into your dashboard. Header just to have a space like this. A KPI like these tiles. Link. So this is new in 2021 R1, so you can have a link to other pages. Pivot table. This is I don't think that you have it in your instance. You can create pivot table, but you're not allowed to put them into a dashboard. Okay. And then after that, Power BI tiles. This has come from Microsoft Power BI. A trend card, which is very good. It will compare like the last quarter with this quarter sales, and it will put an arrow up or down depending if it's increasing or decreasing, and the percentage of increase or decrease, and a wiki page. So you can put things such as I've got other examples such as this. So this is a wiki page, so it's a workflow, and if I click on supplier, then it will open the vendor record. So this is a wiki page that has been created. So you have all kinds of dashboards. Do you want me to go over the different type of charts of things like that, or?
I think that general overview. See how we're doing on time here. I think the general overview was pretty good. I think a lot of those kind of the different types kind of register. But I think looking at the controller one here, I think would be good.
Okay. I just wanted to show you the purchasing trends. So you see here it has reduced by 18%. So
based on 90 days, then on the previous 90 days or something. Is if I'm looking at the rest of the reports, I see a lot tracking to the 90-day.
Yeah, it's last year.
Last year.
In that, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So that's showing year over year then.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's look at the generic inquiry, and after that I will create one from scratch.
Okay.
So controller. Let's look at this one. Cool. Never saw it.
Well, I mean, it's good. I mean, because you want to manage your AP clerk, you want to manage your AR clerk, you want to manage your aging. I mean, you want your AR aging, your AP aging. I mean, this makes sense.
Oh, cool. So
I want that one.
Yeah.
I want all these running in my system now. Or I should say, like in my system.
Yeah, exactly. So like I was saying, the idea is to take one that you like, and then we can see how it's made. So this one as an example. So you have a custom filter. So type equals income, type equals expense, started is greater than the period and minus 12. So it takes
last 12 months.
Yeah, exactly. And then if I go here, configure, then I've got financial period ID, legend values. So the type is the type of account, and then the value of the turnover, and that's it.
What's a GI? So the generic inquiry on this one's called income and expenses?
Yeah, so if I go there, then I can see all the account classes. I should have the type. Oh, there is a misspell. Type, yeah. So the type here, and I guess that, yeah, we have the turnover, which is the calculation. So if I go here,
and you're on the drill down tab, yeah.
and I go to how it's made, then you have the GL account class, the financial period, and GL history. Where when you look at the, this is something else. I don't know if you recall that, but typically when I want to create a generic inquiry, I would go in my, for example, any screen that has data that I want to use. Let's say that I want to have my sales orders like this screen.
Yeah.
Then I would open the screen, and I will have to go to customization, inspect element, right?
Yep.
And I would be able to click on any field, and I would have the data class sales order. So this is a table that I want to have, data class that I want to select, and this is the field that I need.
Right.
So if I go to customization again, and I want to have the inventory ID, then I click on the column header, and then I've got the SO line inventory ID.
Yep.
And typically, how the relationship are made, all transactions, you have two fields that identifies a record, a unique record, and these two files are always a type and the number, reference number, as opposed to profiles where there's only one field, which is the ID.
Right.
And so if I would want to create a generic inquiry that will include inventory ID and customers, like what items I sold to each customer, then I would create like sales. Now a new, so I'm starting with the first table. And one thing that is very cool, I think that you have it in your version, but maybe not, add related table. And what it does, yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to check, or Trisha might be in line to take a look. I don't know why I never thought to click on that before. Okay, go on.
Or maybe you don't have it, but what you know what you can do? You can install locally a new version of Acumatica, and then use that to. So these are all the tables that can be related to that sales order. Mm-hmm. So if I already know that it's the SO line that I want, I know it. SO order. I don't see it.
Should be. That's interesting. No, but
let's select the customer just to make it easy. So I'm selecting the related table, and what the system will do, it will put the query here to link both table, and when I will add it, then it will add the table, and the relationship will be done for you.
Awesome. I think I can remember this from them telling us in our training that this was either coming or maybe seeing that this was coming, or it could have been in that version that we were doing our training on, but yeah. Sounds familiar.
So this is one thing. The other thing is the parameters at the top, and then again you can make that generic inquiry visible, exposed to OData, so to go into Power BI, mobile application, and then you have the condition, the grouping feature, the sort order, the result grid. So let's just put some result there, just for the fun of it. SO order.
Still kind of interesting that they didn't have SO line tied to his related table.
Or maybe I just did something wrong. I don't know.
Oh, come on, Eric. I don't believe it.
I should have started with SO line, and then I would have this SO order.
Maybe you'd have the order then. Oh, that's one way. Yeah.
And this is not the right field.
I was just using this one the other day. The external, if you're looking for their reference number versus our internal one, yeah. Or you're looking just the order number. Mm-hmm. feel like I was just building out that report with order and to the line onto one other thing. Addresses.
Customer ID. Okay, that's enough. No, let's put the total at least.
Is that GitHub account, that Acumatica GitHub account, that's accessible by anyone?
Yeah, the Acumatica GitHub account can be accessed by anyone.
Okay.
So here you can add, typically I would add this one. This is very cool. This one where you're grouping, you can do a sum or things like that. Caption, you can put a different title, quick filter. Let's add them all. And then here, what is very good is to add this because it saves a lot of time. And then here you have the preview of the generic inquiry without having to go there. So see here, I've got the sum. So let's say,
yeah,
I missed the date. So I'll add the date, due date, order date. And then I will add what else? I don't have the billing ID, so account CD, that will be better. And the name, name.
Or description.
That would
it might be account CD description. Are you talking about the vendor name?
The customer name. So let's save. So each time that you save, it will refresh.
Now, is the eyeball thing, is that new to 2020?
This thing, I think so. I'm not sure. But this instead of using that, you can view inquiry, but it will open a new tab, and then you have to go back. So it's really cool to have it like this. And this sum is very, very handy. It's something that people want. And the other thing, the other thing that you can do also is link that with sales order.
Oh, tie it to. So every time somebody goes to sales orders, they'll see this as their GI.
Yeah, but I'll if you do that right, like the transaction one, you can then enable mass action on record, and you can even new record creation. And then if you do mass action and mass record update, then you can tell which field you want to update. So let's say that, I don't know, due date or requested date maybe. Requested on, let's say. And mass action, you can select certain action. So it depends of the workflow that you have into the system, because sometimes it won't work. And even if it's listed here, it may not work just because depending of the workflow that you designed, then some field may not be may be disabled according to the status or the stage where you're at. So this is kind of limited, but it's pretty cool, and when it makes sense. And then you can add also here in navigation a dashboard. So let's put customer view. And then I will put a parameter. So account ID equals account CD. And then I should have something here. This has changed. Where do I get that? Okay, let's.
What are you thinking, or what are you looking for?
I'm trying to, when I'm selecting an account name, account CD, let's remove the default navigation and navigate to that screen, and we'll see if that is working or not. Maybe not. Maybe I'm getting too excited here. So now I've got my dashboard. So if I click on the name, cross my finger, there you go. It goes to dashboard. Ah, wow. Filtered for that customer. So if I click here, boom. Ah, cool. It's working. Anyway, doesn't make much sense. Thank you. Doesn't make much sense.
But it is kind of good to see how you can add those. I don't know if we call them hot links or what, but how you can add those links.
Yeah. So now, based on that, I can do a dashboard, and what I will do to help me out with that, I will put the status. So I'll just add the status on that, and to do that, I need to go back here, because in that case, I could not do customization because it's not visible to the UI. So I'll just make it visible, and then I will be able to. Oh, this is why it was not working, I guess. Oh, maybe not. Okay, I'm looking for something to put it as a side panel instead of a screen, but I guess it's new. I don't know how to do it. Anyway, so I said that I want to add a status just to have some filters. And so now I will create my filter. There we go. So I'm complete only. So you see here 289. And if I select open, 9 million. So let's select open. I'll save that. Now it's saved. So now, since it's saved, what I'll do, I'll go and create a new dashboard page. Fair enough. Save. Yes. And since I'm administrator and I don't, this is something very important. If, like right now I'm logged in as admin, but I don't know if the user admin has access to, has the dashboard designer role assigned. So I will make it visible to administrator. So just in case, at least I will be able to see it. And so I can see it. Can I design it? Yes. So I'll add, what should we do? A chart. And what I'll do my cells. At the end, cells, this one. And then I will not put any parameter because but I'll I'll take the open one and I will configure it. So I'll put a funnel and then let's put a date, and I want to have like the quarters and then the value total. So here, if I would have put a schema field associated with that field, the system would put me the total instead of this this strange thing. So sales per quarter, sales, no, orders.
And Tricia, make sure you have a dashboard customizer is on your profile in staging. You did not have it in production.
Yeah,
I added it to you in production.
Yep,
okay.
I added it.
Okay.
So here I've got my funnel. So I could have put descending instead of ascending anyway, but you get the point. Nice. So if I click here, I've got some orders that are late, very late here. And so if I want it to be my dashboard when I log in to my system, two things I can do. First of all, I can go to my profile. And on my profile, I've got a default branch location, blah, 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 default warehouse, default printer. But now instead of customer view, I can put myself my dashboard page, or if I'm the administrator, I don't have access to the profile of my of the people, right? The profile screen. I would have to log in for of each.
I know. That's what I had to do for my managers to set them to approvals.
Oh, you don't have to do that. See here under users, you have personal settings, and it's the exact same thing. So
nice, good. That's good to know.
Sales, and then sales.
Yep, I can see it there now. Okay, all right.
There you go. So now I've got to Control F5 or Control Enter, whatever.
So then you can just do an import against, you can do an import on the user records, and if you want to do a mass update on the profiles.
Yep.
Okay.
The other thing that we didn't see is the this thing here, the colors coded. So this is very handy because when right away I see that I'm late for these orders, right? So this is very simple to do. You can either highlight
request date, go ahead.
Field, a line, a total line, or just a field, like in that case. So here, if I go here, result grid, see there is under style there is a if condition. So if the S order requested date field is before today, then it's bad, otherwise it's default. So let's just highlight a row.
Yeah, because
if a field, let's put the amount. IMT.
The interesting thing done on the order date one, requested date, was there was two different colors. So it obviously knew from somewhere that after 90 days, it changes to a deeper color.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I saw it on your list, but I didn't see it in your style. The style didn't represent it. It just said bad, default. But your list actually showed the very top one was redder than the three below it, and then below that was more. Oh, so there was one dated October that was really old, and then the other ones were January.
No, it's not because of that. I think it's just because I was on that line. This line was
Oh,
selected.
okay.
Yeah,
got it. Now it makes sense. Okay, I was going to say I'm not finding the logic of how that's happening. All right.
Order total. Yeah. It's order total. Increase, I don't know. French keyboard. There you go. Is above, I don't know, 1000. Then, and then you pick a style. So it's green. And if it's not above 1000, then it's default. Let's put it that way. Default means it's not, there is no color. They changed that. So in your version, instead of the writing that will be that will change color, it will be the full line that will be highlighted. In that version, they changed that. So instead of, because at one point, I guess it makes sense, because at one point there are some fields that are in red and some other fields that are in the line is in green. So it doesn't make much sense. But now it's the writing, the color of the font that is changed instead of full line highlighted. Oh, cool.
That does make sense. Yeah.
And you'll see that also the dashboards, if just to finish, well, you know the pivot table thing, right? So you can save as a pivot.
I haven't done it much, but I know it exists.
Oh, it's so cool. I suggest that you spend some time on it.
So I have a feeling the minute we start showing them dashboards and the other things that the system can do, there's going to be demand that we're going to have to learn it.
Yeah, exactly. So I put the requested on date by half year, and then I will put the order total here, and then boom, voila. And the good thing about it is that you can drill down, see, and it goes back. But that's not the point that I wanted to make. There is a last piece about dashboards I need to show you, and so just to do that, I will go to opportunities. Come on. So see on opportunities, you have on the list, this is what I was trying to do earlier, but you can have like different things on the right part of the screen, and one thing can be a dashboard like this. So based on the opportunity, you can have a dashboard that will be related service orders, related appointment, and so on and so forth. So this is another example of a dashboard on the list. So if I switch to the other opportunities, you will see the number change, right? So
is this only, I like that, is this only on the 2021 R1? Or
no, I'm pretty sure that you already have that possibility. The only thing I'm not sure is that now they have like these workflows. I'm not sure if you have that yet, but the workflow, you can change the workflow. So this is the workflow. We do not have state diagram.
Yeah, we don't have that state diagram. Yeah.
And if you do that, then you can have like the same thing here. Let me just show you as an example of it. And so even on the screen, oh, there is none. Anyway, on the screen at the left, the right part, you can also have a dashboard on that opportunity. And just so instead of going back and forth, you can have dashboards here as well.
On all the on the screens.
On the screen here, yeah. So yeah, so any screen, almost any screen. As a matter of fact, the profile and the transaction screen, you can have like a dashboard beside it. So it's really handy because you can display a dashboard, you can display a report, you can display something related to that opportunity or that customer, so that you don't lose time going from screen to screen.
I like that.
Yeah, and I'm I would say 80% confident that you can do that already here.
Yeah, and we'll take a look at that too. And well,
because on the sales on the screen here, you have the action that I put together, like update the field or open order. So these one are completed. So let's just see if that would work. No, it doesn't want to, right? But some that would be that will not be completed, like back order maybe. I don't have any. Anyway, you can do actions, but you can also do like update.
Those actions were triggered by you kind of clicking that mass update, those settings on the GI?
Correct, yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. I've always kind of wondered how those get updated and how those are managed.
Yeah, sometimes it's very handy because you don't have to do an import scenario if you want people to update certain things. So you select. So the key is to have an entry point defined, and then you are able to do that. And that these fields would appear in your version. I'm pretty sure that here on navigation parameters you have a drop down to select if you want to have this screen as a side panel like this, or to have it as a new screen. I just don't see in that version where they put that, so I will find out. But anyway. So if I go back to my home page, yeah, I've got now my dashboard there.
Great. Now for time, I know we're up on time here, and I think Tricia, you might have another meeting too. Tricia, we can always set up another meeting too to go over this as needed. I think you and I probably need to take a step back and digest this, and maybe look at this video a little bit and play around and see what we can do.
Yeah, this has been really great. Thank you so much, Eric. I appreciate it. And I do have to jump off for another meeting. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
Okay.
Thanks, Tricia.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah, so this is, I can just see where this will be a great thing. I mean, because right now no one's using any kind of dashboards or any kind of home profile page, and they're just bouncing all over the place. And I think some of the immediate ones that I would like, I mean, I love the idea of getting that customization of GitHub and downloaded, but how is it that we would not run into that problem that you were talking about with the GI? I mean, I think we're, yeah, go ahead.
I think I would just copy and paste the with the import and export from XML. Like I would take the even if you want to install the sales demo data, then then you can go into a generic inquiry and just go here and export as XML and re-import in the other one and just create your own dashboard page based on that.
Got it. And then associate to the dashboard page and work off of that.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know. Yeah.
Because here you have so much more pages that you can look at. It's crazy how much there is.
We literally just decommissioned our sales demo last week because no one's been using it for the last 6 months, 9 months. And so, I mean, it needed to be refreshed anyway.
Yeah.
We just decommissioned it because no one was using it and we wanted to save the money with AWS. So it would have, yeah, that's fine. We can fire it back up and maybe get that sales demo back on there. But I suppose if I didn't want to do it off the sales demo, like you said, I could fire up a new instance I could fire up a new Acumatica instance. I can do that directly on my MacBook, right?
MacBook, no.
You have to do it on a server? So. Oh, probably because it runs Microsoft.
No. Yeah, it runs
on Microsoft.
IIS. Yes.
Yeah.
So maybe if you have a virtualization, I don't really know Mac. Yeah. But if you have a PC that is sitting there, then I would suggest to install even the maybe you can try to install a new version of Acumatica instead of the one that you got, and then you would have like just for the relationship thing. Sometimes it will be useful.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure, and so you can, maybe 2 versions of Acumatica you can run on the same PC. You can have like multiple instances of Acumatica in different versions. So I would install 2019 R2, the one that you have, and 2021 R1 to at least have this this tool to do the relationship for you if you need it. And so you can, in the 2019, you can just copy and paste the dashboards that you want, and for the other one, you can use it for creating new inquiries.
I like that. They've got I've got that link out to their webcam right there too. Okay, that makes sense. And I'll talk to our IT person, and I'll have him send Trisha and I a decommissioned PC each, and I'll probably have her utilize it just for having that Acumatica in the background for us to be able to do some of this. This is powerful. This is great. A good, nice eye opener again to what we kind of went over probably in our admin class, but to see it again and just be focused on it this is really good. Thank you.
Thank you, Eric, very much. And Steve, you'll pass on that.
Yes.
Yeah. And Eric, it was helpful. There was a few things that you showed me that I didn't know about, but it was because it was a new updated release. So thank you very much. And this is just a feedback. Steve, is there any dashboards that you currently know you need to build right away?
Well, I would say the basic ones, the finance ones that, comes out of the box there. And this would be probably good learning for me too, is going to be that AP, AR, and controller one.
Right, exactly.
Getting those built out. Yeah, because those are the people who are using the system, right? Are those finance people?
Right. So my suggestion is I would go ahead and build it out, obviously with your current version, so people can get the gain for it. But Eric could help you if you have problems once you start building them. And then I think it would benefit you because you might have, the one thing you're going to find about dashboards is that for me, when I was starting to do them, it was like, oh, I thought I wanted a funnel, but that doesn't look right and stuff. You know what I mean? The thing is you'll find that sometimes having somebody else look at it that knows how to do it, from every aspect, that is helpful for them to get their feedback and also tweak the things that are not working for you. But I would find that beneficial for you to go back to Eric at some point to kind of finalize some of the stuff you have. And obviously you're going to want to start with your current version, but I think it's seeing the relationship, back to Eric's point, is really the best part of what you gain by having the most current version on some other machine.
Yep. And I am watching what Eric's doing in the background here too, which is pretty slick. But no, definitely we'll be reaching out. We'll be reaching out before I will avoid banging my head so hard against the wall that I put a hole through it before I call Eric.
Well, sometimes you think sometimes where you beat yourself up and then you finally get the answer from that person and you think, oh, you know what? I would have never found it. I should have just forgot about that, raise a flag right away and go on to that person, and I would have saved myself a lot of pain.
You learn so much by trying to find it yourself, but that's
both. I see both, but before I put the hole in the wall, I'll call.
Right, exactly.
Unless you want the hole in the wall, I don't know. Maybe you're tearing it down.
Maybe it's better. It's better than the olden days when I was throwing wired mouses at the wall. But yes, frustration. They come back at you if they're still hooked up.
They certainly do. They certainly do. Oh, thank you, Eric, very much.
Welcome.
And thank you for including me, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to getting the video. I think Jim will even look forward to getting it as well. So
I'll share it with Kyle too.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll have it out too. I'll include Jim and Kyle when I send out the link. Good. This has been awesome. We might still want another lesson or two yet, but we'll see what we can get our feet here as we try to find time to get into it. But this is great.
Right.
Anything else, Eric? I mean, I saw what you were doing there, Eric, by the way, the way you were able to uncheck some of those things and be able to kind of highlight and graphically kind of change and drill into it. And I'll look back at the recording a little bit to see that. But my initial goal here is going to firing up that instance and copying over those XMLs, those GI XMLs on those basic ones, the AP, the AR, and so forth, and getting those built out in our version.
And if you want an advice, just take time to look at the dashboards that are already provided in 2020 R1 or the other, because there are more, and the easiest. Sometimes people don't know what they want, right? So most of the time we start with something that is already existing, and we present that to them. Would that work? Oh yeah, okay. I think this one, and I don't want this one. And then you save so much time because it's already made. Like the need for cash in 30 days and for 7 days or whatever. Then some things that is not very. You have to think to create these things.
Yeah, you do.
But the thinking is already done behind the scenes. So, like
We're
same thing here,
that.
average days to pay. So it's
Yeah, and with regards to that, I'd like to just kind of add. I have a client that I've been setting up for 2 months, and they're going to go live at the end of this month. And that's exactly what I did, is I gave them the pre-built ones, and then they provided feedback on what they wanted.
Nice. Yeah.
Which saved me a lot of time. Just did.
Yep. And I can even see where the current controller one versus your previous controller one is already had some of that thought put into it too.
Yep.
Great.
Again, thank you, Eric. You always do an excellent job. I really appreciate it.
Welcome. Have a nice evening. Bye-bye.
You all as well.
Thank you.
Take care. God bless.
Thanks, Eric. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Kathleen.
Thank you. Bye.